Unlock rapid innovation. What are Vibeathons? How to host one? Innovation is no longer measured in months or years. It's measured in hours. Imagine a Thursday morning where teams aren't buried in endless meetings, but instead buzzing with energy. Laptops open, code flying, and AI tools generating UI designs in real time. By midday, they've transformed a raw idea into a working prototype, something that didn't exist that morning, but could revolutionize their industry. This isn't science fiction. It's the rise of Vibeathons, a high-speed, AI-driven alternative to traditional hackathons that's rewriting the rules of creativity and problem-solving. And this is the part most people miss. The real magic isn't in the final product, but in the momentum it creates. Welcome to the era of Vibeathons, sometimes called vibe coding. Fortune.com/2025/26 Silicon Valley CEO says vibe coding lets 10 engineers do the work of 100. Here's how to use it. These aren't your typical 48-hour hackathons. They're condensed, hyper-focused sprints, lasting just 4 to 6 hours, where speed, creativity, and AI collaboration collide. Companies like Microsoft are already hosting these events, blending raw energy with cutting-edge tools to spark breakthroughs. But here's where it gets controversial. Some argue that shortening timelines sacrifices quality. Others say it's the only way to stay ahead in a world where time is the ultimate bottleneck. What's your take? Vibeathons prioritize velocity over perfection. Instead of grinding through lines of code, teams use AI to rapidly prototype ideas. Generative tools handle the busy work, writing code, designing interfaces, simulating user feedback, so humans can focus on solving the real problem. The goal isn't a polished product, it's a proof of concept. It's about testing ideas fast, learning from failures even faster, and building momentum that carries into the next phase of development. Speed is the new strategy. In today's landscape, the biggest obstacle to innovation isn't technology, it's time. Vibeathons compress the innovation cycle by leveraging AI-powered tools like code generators, design assistants, and smart workflows. What used to take weeks can now be prototyped in hours. Think of it as innovation on steroids. But here's the twist. This speed comes with a cost. Will teams start prioritizing quantity over quality? Or will this force organizations to rethink what done even means? Why AI is at the center. Generative AI isn't just a tool here. It's the backbone of the Vibeathon. Teams use it to automate repetitive tasks, generate wireframes, and even craft product copy. This shift opens the door for non-coders to contribute meaningfully. A marketer can test a new feature idea, a designer can mock up a UI, and a product manager can simulate customer feedback, all within the same sprint. The result? Cross-functional collaboration that's faster, more inclusive, and surprisingly effective. How to run a high-impact Vibeathon. 1. Start with a bold prompt. Frame the session around a specific challenge. For example, how could we automate a manual process in the next hour? If we had to launch a new AI-powered feature by tonight, what would it be? How might we simplify our service to make it 50% more user-friendly? These prompts force teams to think big, but act fast. 2. Invite a diverse mix. Bring together designers, marketers, engineers, and even non-technical staff. AI tools act as equalizers, letting everyone contribute. A salesperson might spot a customer pain point an engineer never considered. That's the power of diversity of thought. 3. Prioritize momentum over perfection. Set a timer. Limit each phase to 60 to 90 minutes. Encourage quick, messy progress. Remind teams, this isn't about writing perfect code. It's about testing ideas. 4. Integrate AI into every step. Provide access to tools like code generators, no-code platforms, and design assistants. Offer quick tutorials to level the playing field. The goal is to let everyone hit the ground running. 5. Share prototypes, then debrief fast. End with live demos and a debrief focused on insights, not just outputs. What worked? What failed? What's the next step? The real value lies in the learning, not the prototype itself. 6. Capture learnings, not tasks. Document big takeaways and new ideas sparked during the session. Avoid turning this into a meeting recap. Let the momentum carry into the next work cycle. The future of innovation. Vibeathons aren't just faster, they're fundamentally different. They push teams to experiment, fail fast, and iterate without waiting for approval. They're not for everyone, but for those who embrace them, the results can be transformative. In the age of AI, the next big innovation isn't built by committees, it's prototyped in an afternoon. But here's the question that keeps me up at night. Will speed eventually replace depth in innovation? Or are we just scratching the surface of what's possible when humans and AI collaborate in real time? Share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear if you see Vibeathons as the future or a passing trend. More from Forbes. Megababe founder helps women accept their bodies one swimsuit at a time by Cheryl Robinson. https://www.forbes.com/sites/Cheryl Robinson 2025/Megababe founder helps women accept their bodies one swimsuit at a time by Cheryl Robinson. https://www.forbes.com/sites/Cheryl Robinson 2025/How chasing rejection fuels success for creative leaders. Vibeathons. Beyond the creative status quo, how creators are reinventing success for creative leaders. Vibe coding revolution. How teams are building first, documenting later. 2025 Dev Culture Shift. A significant transformation is underway in the way product teams function, and it's one that could change the landscape of development as we know it. Imagine a world where the speed of development rivals the rapid pace of content creation. This is the reality that many teams are now embracing. Instead of meticulously crafting a product requirements document, PRD, before diving into coding, a growing number of teams are opting to replace traditional documentation with live demonstrations. This innovative approach, known as vibe coding, is gaining traction across both established tech giants and emerging startups. Product leaders are increasingly valuing speed over detailed specifications. This shift does not imply that essential steps are being overlooked. Rather, it signifies a reallocation of priorities. Teams are now focusing on demonstrating concepts through prototypes rather than relying solely on written explanations. This new method of collaboration is becoming the preferred language in the tech industry. From the teams at Google's Gemini project to the founders of nascent startups, there is a consensus that when the pace of development matches the speed of content generation, the need to write extensively before building diminishes. The traditional writing-first approach is witnessing a decline, and this raises important questions about the future of product development. Are we moving towards a more efficient model, or are we risking the loss of critical planning and documentation? This is where the conversation gets intriguing. While some may argue that skipping the detailed documentation phase can lead to misunderstandings and misaligned expectations, others believe that the ability to quickly prototype and iterate is far more valuable in today's fast-paced environment. What do you think? Is the shift towards vibe coding a necessary evolution in product development, or does it pose risks that could undermine the quality of the final product? Share your thoughts in the comments below.